Morning, my friends. It is Monday. It is June 1st, 2020. I simply cannot believe that we are already in June. That means we've got 8 technical days of school left, and I will do videos until a week from Friday for you guys so that you've got some. Sample is not willing to sit with me very much this morning, and he is already off playing with broccoli. All right, so today's word of the day is object. And it's not object, even though it's spelled the same, it's object. And it's a verb, and it says when you object to something, it's something you do not agree on. So Luke objects to going to bed at 8 o'clock on a school night. You might have the same objection when your parents tell you to go to bed. So would you object if you had to wear striped pajamas to school? Right now, I think most of you might be wearing your pajamas to school. Trying very hard not to wear my pajamas when I'm teaching you. Would you object to riding an elephant to school? Would you object that all children must be kind? I would not object to that. Most of you are very kind to each other and to me. So we started on Friday the book Mercy Watson Goes for a Ride. And I'll read 5 or 6 chapters again today because they are short little chapters. We're about a third of the way through the book, so it shouldn't take us more than a couple of days to read the whole thing. We are on chapter 6. I'm going to turn the computer so you can see more book and less Miss Schultz. Officer Tamalio sat in his police car. A pink convertible sped past him. Was that a pig? Officer Tamalio asked himself. Yes, it was, he answered himself. That most certainly was a pig. Is it illegal to take a pig for a ride? Officer Tamilio asked himself. I don't believe it is, he answered himself. It is unusual, he continued, but unusual does not equal illegal. However, it is illegal to speed, and that vehicle was definitely speeding. Officer Tamilio turned on his flashing lights. He pulled out onto the highway, and he followed the car with the pig in it. Chapter 7. In the car with the pig in it, the pig was having a very good time. The wind was tickling her ears and the sun was warm on her snout. Even though she was not the one behind the wheel, Mercy was happy. Mr. Watson was happy too. There's nothing like a fast drive to clear the mind, he shouted. Isn't that right, my dear? Oink, said Mercy. It is wonderful to go fast, said a voice from the back seat. Who is that? Said Mr. Watson. Me, said Baby Lincoln. Mr. Watson looked over his shoulder. Hello, Mr. Watson, said Baby. Oink, said Mercy. Hello, Mercy, said Baby. What are you doing? Shouted Mr. Watson. I'm having a little adventure, said Baby. I'm indulging in some folly. Folly, said Mr. Watson. Mercy narrowed her eyes. Mr. Watson was looking over his shoulder at Baby. He was not looking at the road. Mercy saw her chance. She gathered her strength. She leapt. Oof! Help me, Mr. Watson said. Help me! Whee! Said Baby Lincoln. What folly, what fun, what adventure! Please, said Mr. Watson, get off of me. He pushed at Mercy with both hands. But Mercy did not move. She put her front hooves on the steering wheel. She was in the driver's seat, and she intended to stay there. Chapter 8. Back on Deckerwood Drive, Eugenia Lincoln was looking for Baby. She looked in Baby's bed. Baby was not there. She looked on the back step. Baby was not there either. Baby! Shouted Eugenia. Reveal yourself at once. But Baby did not reveal herself. Where could she be? Said Eugenia. And why do I think this has something to do with that pig? Eugenia marched next door, and she rang the Watsons' bell. Mrs. Watson, said Eugenia, Baby is missing. Goodness, said Mrs. Watson, and I believe your pig is responsible, said Eugenia. Mercy, said Mrs. Watson. Yes, said Eugenia, exactly. But Mercy is not here, said Mrs. Watson. She is on her Saturday ride with Mr. Watson. Eugenia turned and looked down the road. Folly, she said. Heavens, said Mrs. Watson. You don't think? I do think, said Eugenia. And that is my point exactly. I do think. And apparently, I'm the only one around here who does. Chapter 9. Officer Tamilio had to go very fast to catch up with a convertible. The officer had to speed. Is our vehicle swerving? Officer Tamilio asked himself. It is, he answered himself. It is most definitely swerving. Is the driver of that vehicle breaking the law? Officer Tamilio asked. Without a doubt, he answered. The law is being broken. It is time to take action. Officer Tamilio pulled up to alongside the cart. He shouted into the bullhorn, Pull over! The driver turned. The driver looked at him. The driver oinked. Is that a pig? Behind the wheel? Officer Tamilio asked himself. Yes, he answered himself. Yes, that pig is most definitely behind the wheel. Again, Officer Tamilio shouted into his bullhorn, Pull over! Pigs cannot drive cars! Pull over immediately! He is absolutely correct, said Mr. Watson. Pigs cannot drive cars, and I would like to pull over, but I can no longer feel my legs. Therefore, I cannot step on the brake pedal. Therefore, I cannot stop this car. Oh dear, said Baby. I think we are in trouble. Papa wants to drive the car. Good thing you smell good. He had a bath yesterday. All right, my friends, that is where we're going to stop. That is 5 chapters for today. I will see you all again tomorrow to finish the book. There's about 5 chapters left, and we will read them all tomorrow. I hope you all have a wonderful day and stay safe and stay warm because it's been kind of chilly lately. I think it's supposed to be a little bit warmer today, and it's supposed to be hot tomorrow. I love you all, and we'll see you tomorrow. Hugs for everybody.